Hi guys, it's Louise. It's Wednesday morning and I just felt really drawn to coming on to do a live today, and the message that is coming through me is really around the importance of being grounded. So we hear a lot about being grounded, and I think more so now than ever, with all of the really high vibrational energies that are hitting the planet, because we're getting kind of undiluted solar energy, source energy coming to the planet at this time, all part of the awakening ascension process, which is why so many people are feeling it, and they're starting to understand themselves as more than the roles that they play or their physical forms. The vibration of the planet itself is raising. The vibration is raising, and if anybody is on the ascension process, the awakening process, doesn't matter where you are on that journey, you too are raising your vibration. And as we raise our vibration, we need to make sure that we are grounding our energy. It really is about us being the bridge. We talk about the 7 chakras and the heart being the bridge between the higher chakras and the lower chakras. The lower chakras being related to the very physical aspect of our energy field, the higher chakras connecting us with source and all that is, and the heart being that bridge, which is why we kind of feel that a lot of people connect with their highest aspect of self within the heart center, and it is such an essential energy center within our body. But we are also the bridge. We're the bridge between the physical and the etheric realm. We're the bridge between source and Gaia. And there's a reason that we came into this physical existence. There's a reason that we have a physical body. And that is around us, there's the absolute essential nature of grounding the energy. This incarnation, it's about us embodying our highest aspect of self, bringing that highest light and vibrating it through our physical form. But this vessel, this physical body that we have, is the container for that light. And so that's why so many people are being drawn to really considering what they put in their body, making sure that we're eating, drinking foods that are serving us and not lower vibrational foods, making sure that we're aware of our boundaries and not allowing other people's energies, the fear and the worry and all the kind of lower vibrational energies that are just generally around in the world, what we get pumped out, the media and all of that, that's not kind of just being soaked up by our energy field. But for me, it's also very much the message was very, very strongly because I had a profound experience yesterday. I've returned to the practice of Kundalini yoga in the morning, and I'm doing a particular kriya that is really, really powerful. And I had a profound experience yesterday. It was absolutely beautiful. Brought me to tears. Even just thinking about it now, just is filling my heart with kind of joy, but kind of tears of joy and just overwhelming emotion. Where I connected with my monad, my soul family, and we kind of merged into this one column of light, and then dissipated and became the particles of light that in my physical form we're breathing in. It was just a beautiful experience. But then last night I had an episode of night terrors that was the strongest I have had in a very, very long time. And those old programs, my old deepest wounds and fears around being mad, going mad, not being able to come back, basically, losing myself, really kicked in massively. And I tried to surrender to it, but it was so intense, and this feeling of not knowing what was real anymore and what wasn't real, and kind of caught in this mid-world space, interdimensional space, and not being fully here in the physical, but not being fully there either. And it was just a bit extreme and a bit intense. And I've really struggled just kind of surrendering to and being, you know, like, no judgment, this is where I'm at, this is perfect, you know, which is what I've managed to do previously. And then my partner came back because he'd gone out, and he came back, and the minute he got into bed I just latched onto him. And I realised today when I was doing the Kundalini yoga, because then when I, you know, connected with him, I was able to then fall asleep, and the night terrors went, and I felt safe again. I realised in the meditation aspect of the yoga this morning that basically I'd used him as a rock to ground myself. You know, I'd literally anchored onto him to ground myself, to bring me into the physical realm again, so that I could feel safe. And the message really was about, you know, that awareness that I actually, my vibration, I allow myself to expand. I like, you know, with all the healing work and the summit and everything that's happening at the minute, you know, I'm allowing my energy to just expand, connecting with all these different realms and dimensions, much higher dimensions that I'd connected with before. And the understanding and the realization that my capacity to ground has not grown with my capacity to connect with the higher realms. And so I needed to use a physical object, another person. It would have worked equally as well if I'd have got out of bed and gone and hugged a tree or something, or sat on a rock. And it's really around, you know, the importance of us needing to be our own rock, us needing to be able to be grounded within the physical form and allow ourselves to expand into the multidimensionality as well, the multidimensional aspects of ourselves. So as we're progressing through this journey, it is absolutely essential not only that we allow ourselves to connect further out there and expand into all these different dimensions, realities and timelines, but that we also upgrade our grounding process so that we are able to have that cord. I'm seeing it like an umbilical cord, to have that cord to come back, to follow that line, to come back into the body. Anybody who does shamanic practice, it's like, you know, you come back, you get called back into the body. You're never completely disengaged from your physical form. You may go off and journey in the other realms, but you know, you have that cord to bring you back, and the drums bring you back, or the rattle brings you back. But we need to be able to do that for ourselves, you know, as we are allowing ourselves to be embodying this light. It is about us upgrading our grounding techniques to enable us to be connected within this now moment as well, because that's basically where we're aiming for, you know, to be in that enlightened state. I am part of the all that is. However, you know, at the same moment, I am within this physical form, in this vessel. So that's what came through really, really strongly for me, and that is something that I'm going to be working on as well. But the other thing was that, and this is a process that I've been doing with clients for some time now, making sure that we're kind of disconnecting from the lower vibrational aspects of this earth. Because one of the things for me, and it was through the work of Steve Noble with the whole starseed stuff, was prior to this kind of accelerated awakening and the connection with Steve through that process, I never felt safe on the planet, because whenever I opened myself up, I would just feel all the pain and the density, and it would just feel like so much hard work being here. It was completely out of resonance with my frequency, that, you know, I didn't feel safe. I didn't want to be here. Would have quite easily been blown apart by the wind and gone back to being part of the all that is. And it was just too much hard work. Then through his work and understanding this idea, this concept of starseeds, and that I am at a different frequency and resonance, that's my natural state, and this does feel alien to me, and being able to connect with the highest vibrational aspects of the earth, that you know, that really helped me. And so that's something that I guide people through as well, you know, disconnecting. Quite often in the intro calls that I've been doing, you know, they've been very clear about disconnecting people from the lower vibrational aspects of the earth, the kind of the 3D matrix, and to some extent the 4D matrix as well, and connecting with the higher vibrational aspects of the earth. And I know for me that has really enabled me to feel safe up until this point, but now I feel that, you know, as we're expanding more and more, as you know, I'm connecting more and more with much higher frequencies, dimensions than I have done before, that I now again need to upgrade that grounding technique. And so I'm going to be feeling into what that gets to look and feel like, and I shall pass that on as soon as I've got that through. But it was an interesting experience, and it was a really great lesson that they also wanted me to share with everybody else, because one of the other aspects of this experience that I want to share is last night was not a great moment for my egoic self. My higher self didn't, you know, it was an experience and that's all, you know, it was quite unattached to it. My ego, on the other hand, was freaking out completely, and you know, so I was in I was in terror, basically. It was you know, that sensation that I was between worlds, and I didn't actually know how to get back to one or the other and be fully in that to feel safe. Was not pleasant, to say the very least. But on the back of that, and okay, I used a technique which got me through that moment, so was perfect in that now moment, and no judgment. I'm not judging myself for that. You know, I didn't do any harm to anybody, but it assisted me. It is not the way that I want to now continue to call myself back into the now moment, the present, the physical. And so I get to choose into something different. And that aha moment, that the beauty of having that lesson, the beauty of understanding what that situation was about, the beauty of not judging it, not just getting caught up in the drama of it and going, oh, woe is me, you know, I felt terrible last night, and you know, I really needed somebody to be there to make me feel better. Is that, you know, you get the lesson, you get the blessing, and then you can receive the gift. And the gift for me will be that upgraded grounding process, because now I can send that out into the field and say, okay, you know, I don't want to do that again. I want to choose into something different. So you need to give me the download of what it is that I get to do to enable me to either, you know, raise the vibration of my physical form so that the distance isn't so far, or give me an upgraded grounding technique that enables me to kind of boom, come back into the body, even when I'm up there channeling really, really high vibrational energies. So whether that is a healing technique to affect my field, or whether that's a grounding technique, I don't know yet, but I'm sending that out to the field and just, you know, letting it go. I don't have any judgment on what that gets to look like. So that was the other aspect that wanted to come through from that experience for me. Not just the importance of grounding, but also for us to be able to gain the lessons from the situations that we experience that may feel really quite challenging to our ego. It's not about kind of diving into that and attaching to that and connecting with the drama of it. It's kind of being able to maintain that kind of non-attached view, that stepping back into your 0 point of access, and kind of going, okay, well, that was interesting. You know, what was in that I needed to experience, I needed to learn, you know, what was the purpose of it? Because there is always a reason for everything that we experience in life. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. I hope that serves you well. I hope that assists somebody else out there. And I shall keep you informed of any new techniques or anything that come through. All right then, take care. Have a great day. Bye.